the Happy Hour podcast with your host, Joel Fleischman.
Hello, welcome to our 35th installment of Joel Fleischman Happy Hour podcast. Welcome, ladies.
Hi. Hello.
Today we have the young, youthful women and interns and full-time person of Drexel to see their insights, what they learned here, what they do here, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So welcome to episode number 35. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is where we open it. We have two underage people here, so we've never had alcohol before. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I'm not actually going to.
We have shotgun these on the air, right? There was an episode we shotgun these.
Did we? I don't think so.
I don't think I should do that.
Yeah,
With who? I don't remember that. Oh, wait, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so this is sponsored by Central Waters Brewing in Amherst. Thank you, Central Waters, for being our sponsor. This is called Unsettled. It's a New England-styled Indian Pale Ale. What do you guys think?
I didn't try it. It's really good, but it looks good.
It's right next to our factory. And, Megan is allergic to gluten. Is that why you didn't try it?
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm sick on you.
That's good.
Are you that sick? One sip is going to put you out?
No, but I also don't like beer.
Oh, so all things included.
Don't worry.
Leah, take your very
I got
first
you.
sip. Okay. You're not in any legal sport or anything where you're going to get in trouble.
Her dad's here. No.
Their dad authorized it.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, what do you think, Mary?
Good. This one's a little spicy.
Oh, that one's something. Yeah, what are you drinking?
It's Bare Bones Brewery Hurricane Dan.
Do you mind tasting this one, or is that just weird?
That's good.
So let's rate these a little bit.
Oh, I like that one better. That one's
Yeah, it's good. It's called Unsettled. It's
yeah, I want that one.
it's not a summer shandy.
Yeah.
But it's got some sort of fruity flavor.
It's like citrusy.
It is. It's a good summer drink.
I don't know what that is.
I like that one better.
Yeah.
But you don't like it, I
You can have it. You can have a sip.
Hurricane Dan Spicy Crisp Rye IPA. None of that sounds good.
You might like it though. I
Joe,
like
what's an
lighter
IPA?
beers.
Because we sell a lot at the bar, and I don't know what it means.
An IPA is a very hoppy beer. It's a type of beer, right? So there's Pilsners, Lagners, IPAs, Porters. An IPA is a very hoppy, which means it's got a lot of hop in it. It's usually got that really bitter taste to it, that really hoppy taste, which I hate. But the hipsters, they love their IPA. Do you still call people hipsters? Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
Big
Totally.
Big beard, really? Big beard,
Yeah.
the big beards,
Yeah.
tight jeans, flannel shirts.
Hipster.
I think of Logan from IT.
Oh,
when you say
IT for
hipster.
Logan for sure.
Oh, he's a hipster?
He's a big
Oh
hipster.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't
All he
look
needs
like a
is
hipster,
a
does
beanie.
No, yeah.
Yeah, the beanie would give him a hipster
When
look.
I was interviewing,
Maybe do your top button.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We're on the same page. Doc Martens, is that still hipster look too? No? Too far? Too far. Okay. I'm not up to speed here.
when I was interviewing for Drexel, Logan, we were doing it online, and Logan had like 40 guitars in his background, and I thought to myself, my mom always said there was a hipster at Drexel on the IT team, and I go, that must be.
Like almost trying too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which that's why they ordered an IPA. They don't even like it. Like,
They
this
just
one's-
make
This
themselves
one's
sing it.
so good.
So better. I'm such a man.
That's why I stop at PJ Magoo's. They have it on tap. It's so good. All right, cool. Well, welcome, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get started. So, what do you all do here? Who are you and what do you all do here?
Okay, I'll start. Do you want me to say my name?
That would be helpful
Okay.
for all of our millions of followers.
Yep, all of them. Okay.
Megan.
I'm Megan Gastner. I was an intern last summer. I think I started. Well, I was actually Joel's personal assistant at first because I think he felt bad for me. Then my internship got canceled when COVID hit.
Let's go virtual personal assistant.
Virtual, yes, it was all virtual. And
That was from the book Tim Ferriss, 4-Hour Work Week, actually.
So it's not from Iron Man.
That is not from Iron Man.
Okay, I'm learning all new sorts of things here.
Yeah, Tim Ferriss was a book, and he actually said, even if when you're busy, there's a virtual assistants you can actually hire, like from India, they're like $8 an hour, and they will pay your bills. They will do like virtual things for you, so it free up your time. So I'm like, oh, I could totally use that. So I hired Megan to be my virtual assistant, and you did. Like, what did you do? So what did you do? Do you remember?
I did. God, what did I do? I was on the phone a couple hours that one day for setting up your Wi-Fi up north. I think maybe your parents' Wi-Fi too.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get it because
see?
something with the trees.
So it saved me a lot of stress and energy. She had the capability to do it. Didn't cost a lot of money. It was awesome. You unsubscribed to a lot of my emails.
I did do that. But
I didn't have time for that.
It was probably more clicks for you to send it to me than it was to unsubscribe.
It wasn't. I kind of thought it was. I'm like, no, it's still quicker. It was like click, 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 click. Now it is on Google. Now you just hit unsubscribe. Like you don't even have to open the email anymore. So that's kind of fun. Cool. And before that, even the internship though, you're still a part of Drexel.
I was an OG barista. They hired me before there was a building here.
Which was when?
It was, I think I was 16.
And now you're 21. So you've
And
literally
now I'm
already
21.
you literally have already been here for 5 years.
They're like, yeah, that parking lot over there, that's where you're gonna work. Just like pretend there's a sink here. Okay. So yeah, I went barista, virtual assistant, HB intern,
Happy People Department, our HR human resource team.
to marketing specialist.
You run a marketing department.
Nice.
So 21 years old, runs a $300 million
I
company
would say
marketing
I
department.
run it.
You say you run it.
So who runs it if you don't?
Yeah, I'll own it.
We run it, right? We run it, right? But no,
There's no I in
you are the person to run a $300 million company's marketing, correct?
Yeah, let's say that. I'm gonna add that to my email signature.
That's the truth. Amazing, awesome.
Head.
Okay, Leah,
All right, I'm Leah Flitter, and I'm doing the tailgates this summer for Drexel.
what does that mean?
I take our food truck to job sites, and I cook brats and serve lunch to all of the builders that show up there. And I also did a bunch of off-site stuff this summer.
So
when
how
I
many
went out to
tailgate
tailgates.
tours have you done?
I know how many people I've served, but I don't
Yeah,
know how
sure.
many tailgates. I have served over 2,000 brats, close to 3,000 now, I'm pretty sure.
Close to
Nice.
3,000 brats. We supplied a lot of happiness on site. Was it fun?
It was
Is it
fun.
fun? I mean, you're
Yeah.
winding down, so it was fun.
Yeah, just getting out there and like getting to talk to people and have a fun little job, like why wouldn't I like it?
Are you ready to eat a brat?
I'm not like Connor where I can just like mow down 5 brats every day. Okay, no, I think I probably maybe had like
No, like, would you eat a brat in the next 90 days?
yeah.
Oh, you're not opposed to
No,
it? Oh, I would be
like,
so done
no.
with brats.
I don't eat one every day, that's why I'm not sick of it.
Right. I just, the smell and stuff, I'd just be like, I'm done with all this. Great, well, thanks, Leah. Annie,
I'm Annie Skrupa. I am the IT intern. I've been here a little over a year now. When I was first hired, I did things like asset management. I created fillable forms for all the different departments' forms and made them fillable. I did a PDF Exchange classroom and some other stuff like that. Right now, I am helping out the Mad City account in Columbus, and I'm doing some millwork stuff there and helping improve that process, and also the cybersecurity queen. So,
Yes.
bow down.
does that sound badass at night? What, you're 19?
I'm 20.
She's 20. Does that sound badass? She did a lot here.
You did.
It's like,
She's tough.
You're totally punched out. You weren't even listening. All right.
I was,
Try to stay somewhat engaged. What were you just thinking about?
what?
What were you just thinking about?
I was, do you want the truth?
Yes, yeah, that's why we're here, yeah.
No, it's nothing bad. I was thinking about whether or not to chime in.
About what?
So like, I got like an alert on my phone, like a bunch of Amber Alerts, and I was gonna say, Joel, are you getting these Amber Alerts? But I was debating on whether or not to say it or not.
So as you were thinking about that, you actually had a really good opportunity to add to the podcast that you bailed on. There's a learning lesson there somewhere. I don't know what it is, but there's
Was
a
it
learning
a
lesson.
2002 Toyota Camry? 'Cause I
That was
got
on
Yep.
the radio my whole way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been that.
We all got it at the same time in the office.
It was like a tornado siren.
It creeps me out.
I actually found the notifications in mine to turn off the Amber Alerts. No offense to people that need to be saved, but like, I'm not going to save you.
It just freaks you out a little bit, and you don't. It's like
It's 2 a.m. Like, I don't need to be. Oh my gosh.
it was like in Wisconsin Dells or something too. It wasn't anywhere near.
I just don't get around enough to save people. Like, I wouldn't mind saving
Oh,
them. I just
Wisconsin
wouldn't-
Rapids.
and I don't even know like what my mom drives for a car, so I don't know when I would have saw.
I don't know
2002.
anything.
I don't know what a
Cars.
Toyota Camry is, so.
All right, anyways, moving on. And how about you, Mary?
Hi, I'm Mary Skrupa. I'm just working here for the summer. I don't know what to call myself, but I'm just summer help and
Like a finance intern.
yeah, my official thing is finance specialist, and I'm doing.
not just summer help. I'm like, this is embarrassing. You can't just say.
I don't know. I just feel weird, but
Finance specialist.
yeah, I'm doing AP billing entry and and all that good stuff.
Thank you.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Quickly,
I used
what
to
are
be a
you,
waitress.
I know what you're going to school for because you graduated in marketing and that's what you're doing.
I didn't graduate yet though.
Oh shit.
She's close.
Yeah. You just took a chance on
Bum,
me.
bum, ba-da. Looks like her resume failed. When do you graduate?
December.
Well, that's right.
I'm
I
having
knew
a
that.
party here.
I knew that. I did know that.
You're bringing in all-
Leah,
I'm going to school for marketing as well, but just kind of business in general too.
and what, I guess, go through what campuses?
Oshkosh.
The Harvard of the Midwest, Oshkosh.
Love it.
I go to lacrosse.
I go to Green Bay, and I'm going for information science and then minoring in dance.
Minoring in dance?
Isn't she so well rounded?
What the?
And she can sing.
Like Batman.
I mean, like that. Thank you. I'm like
What'd you say,
Batman.
Holden?
He said.
It said like Batman.
Oh, see, all of a sudden he's all
my
chiming in now. You had him at dance.
Yeah.
Like Batman. I just graduated from Stevens Point, and I'm going to Madison for audiology.
For grad school.
Graduate school.
What's
Yep. Hearing science. Like, I'm your hearing doctor. So if you can't hear, I'm going to make you hear.
Oh my.
Nuh-uh.
My
Yes.
hearing aids are broke right
Really?
now.
Because I can barely hear in my left ear.
Well, I have a long list of people that I
Sign
gotta
up.
fix before you.
Everyone at Drexel
I can
can't
put you
hear.
on. Every single person that comes up to me, even like outside of Drexel, is like, "Can I come in?" I'm like, "Yep, get on the list."
Someday.
Someday.
How many more years?
4 more years. I have 3 more years of like classwork and like clinicals, but then my last year I get to like do it with
Cool.
underneath the audiologist.
So you've all a bit grown up at Drexel, not like Megan. Like basically, she's grown
Actually
up
grew
at
up.
Drexel.
Out of the womb when I was here.
So you and me both, sister. You and me both. So let's just try to do this. Your perception of Drexel before you worked here, the reality of it. Like what did you think of Drexel? You're all from the Campbellsport area, so you kind of grew up here. Women maybe made a difference, maybe not. What was your perception of Drexel before you worked here? What did you even think it was, or didn't you have any perception? Did you ever even hear of it?
Well,
Sure.
my brothers worked here. And when I worked at Blue Door, well, my brothers liked it here, but then they went to college. One of them did, whatever. But when I worked at Blue Door, everyone was super nice, but I was also super intimidated. Like, I don't know, they come in and Caitlin's got her high heels on, and I was like, before jeans were allowed.
That
so
intimidating Caitlin.
Wait, Joel, is that coffee shop in the high school gonna be Blue Door? That's what Jackson told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, so we've done we're the premier sponsor, naming rights sponsor.
Who's gonna
We're
work
the
there?
sponsor of, there's a coffee shop now in Campbellsport High School. Did I say Campbellsport?
Yeah, you did.
Kewaskum High School. Sorry, wow.
Nice.
Wow, that's how rumors get started.
Yeah, they took a part of some of the, right when you walk in, so they kind of opened up the library. It was really smart. They've got a nice espresso machine in there, and they're going to have coffee and drinks and muffins. They got some sitting tables for the students.
I bet they're gonna
So
regret putting in
nice.
carpets
Oh
on
my
the
gosh.
floors.
Yeah, it's already in. It looks nice. We should. Megan and I just saw it this week. It's impressive.
No, I mean like in the rest of the school they have carpets, and one of like the maintenance guys who comes in, he's like, yeah, they should have thought about putting a coffee shop in before they put the carpet floors.
Yeah,
in.
there's going to be a lot of coffee state.
Yeah.
That's okay. He'll be okay.
Nobody will see it if it's
All right,
behind
so
anything.
you kind of had a general knowledge. Your dad has worked here forever.
Yeah,
But
I always
perception
remember.
to reality. What do you think? Yeah, what's your story?
I always remember when Luke and I were little. Luke's my brother. We always used to go in and visit my dad, and I always remember like going in that little office and like Evie, and I would like say hi to him, and we'd always go there and get those suckers you guys had on the counter. I always knew it was such like a close knit workplace, and everyone was always like super friendly. And like working here now, I just see how like Drexel gives back to their employees and their community in like every way they can, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, me and Mary grew up, and we live in Fond du Lac, and we went to Springs when we were younger, so we moved to Campbellsport.
Leah went to Springs when she was older.
Yeah, we switched
We just
places.
switched. We were like
did-
1 year
we were
with
there
her.
freshman
We did
Yep.
overlap one
Okay.
year. We
1
went to
year,
school
yep,
together.
yeah.
We sat at the lunch table together for a
did.
little.
Oh, way to go.
But so
Everybody just clicked off the podcast.
no, but we didn't really know of Drexel until we moved to Campbellsport. I'd say I was in about 7th grade, Mary was in 8th grade, and then once we got to high school, my mom got a job here, and I don't know. I'd go visit my mom, and everyone seemed very nice in Campbellsport, but I didn't really have a good grasp on like what they did or what Drexel was. Besides, like I would see the fun donations and like the fun blue colors. I thought it was a very fun company, but I didn't understand until I came here. I didn't know about all the donations and stuff, and I didn't know about all the extra fun stuff and giving stuff that people at Drexel do for the community. So that was really fun to see.
I was a little intimidated. I would come in and be like, hey guys, and my dad would bring in chocolate cake sometimes, so they liked us. But I don't know, I was
Your
intimidated.
mom works here. I don't know if you said
Yes,
Yeah.
our mother works here.
Shout out to mom.
Scroop dog. Aaron
dog.
Scroopa.
Scroop dog, and they call
Hi,
us Scroop
Todd.
pups.
Shout out to Todd.
Team money.
But yeah, they're fabulous.
Gastner boys.
Are they gonna watch this?
I love
Never met each other.
I love the family though. Actually, there's so many families that work here. Like your brothers worked here, like your dad. So yeah, that's
My
fun.
dad, my mom.
Of course. But that's always fun. Like I sit right across from my mom and right across from Annie. So whenever I'm bored, I like go over to Annie and like, hey.
When are you bored at work?
Never, ever. I'm always doing it all the time.
Non-stop.
When I
forever.
get done with it, yeah.
Cool.
Are you related to Brooke Flitter?
Yeah, she's my cousin.
Yeah.
Don't they look alike?
Yeah, the hair or something, the length, something.
The length of your hair.
Everything.
It's like your
Yeah,
cousin.
that's my
Like people's like, yeah, you're determined by cousins by length of
By
hair.
length of
Or
your
the way it,
hair,
like,
not your
flows
face or
the
anything.
texture, the thickness. Something.
Yeah.
A lot of hair.
Yeah.
A lot of hair.
Makes sense.
Not really. Not really. Okay, so other things you guys want to bring up, just getting perspective, right? A lot of people that probably listen to this don't have your perspective. Let's talk life. Let's talk about the world, right? Like I haven't talked about COVID in months. This is so fun.
It's nice to talk. It's really nice to talk about now because it's like done.
No, it's not though.
Oh,
In the
well,
beginning,
it's done
that's
for
all-
me.
In the beginning,
I
that's
got
like
my
all you talked
vaccination.
about was like how is COVID impacting
Yeah,
you?
well, that's still a thing. I mean, it's coming back. Are you guys done with it? Where are you at? Where are your friends where are your friends at? Like, what's your opinion? Like, what do you think it's going to be like going back to school for the first time in 2 years, normal for you guys? As for Leah, the first time ever going back normal.
Yeah, we just got an email 2 days ago that we have to wear masks no matter what.
You're lying.
No.
Oh,
He's gonna get
Come to
real
Madison.
fired up.
Oh boy.
Well, I bet you'll be getting emails.
I'm pretty sure
too.
Madison
My
you have
friends
to
have
also.
Yeah.
said that they have to too.
No, but I got vaccinated a long time ago. So.
yeah, but will you have
They
to
don't.
really though? I mean, who's going to enforce it? So maybe it's
Exactly.
just.
And they
Well-
can't ask you, I don't think.
Why don't you guys
like
fight?
HIPAA.
Why haven't? Okay, so I have a real problem, honestly, with your generation, right? You all hated the lockdowns, primarily. Tell me if I'm wrong,
No, you're
right? You were stuck in your
100%.
dorms.
Yeah.
And I literally was telling people, like, if I was in the dorms, as bored and as frustrated, I just hit the streets. Like, if you all would have just hit the streets, they would have had to do something. Why wasn't there ever? Why did you just accept it like sheep and just sit there in your
I got
dorms?
this. Okay, we did this because we are in school and that we have professors and people that like if they see us doing stupid stuff, they could like I was doing clinic at the time and I couldn't leave the Stevens Point area.
But what if all of you would have took to the streets and said enough's enough? Or will you? Will you this time? Like, will you just? Go
I
back,
would. I totally
will
would
you just
this
go back
time,
to
but I need
lacrosse
more
and not have
people.
Oktoberfest?
Be like
wear a
friends.
mask and just walk through the streets frustrated.
Well, we had it last year. Like, lacrosse never really shut down, so that was like awesome. But I feel like people our age either have one view or another, and it's kind of like everyone butts heads. And
The whole
like,
world does.
Yeah.
It's not your generation.
Yeah, but I just feel like
You find your people who don't care and then you kind of like hang with them and then it's fine when you're with them. But like with the people who do care, it's so annoying. They're like
I mean, do
you
feel,
can't go over if-
Do you feel it's 50-50, 70-30? Like, what do you feel like it's on campus?
I think it's more people are masky.
Yeah.
If that's what I'm gonna
More.
call
So
it.
it's like you
Yeah,
really are the
for
minority.
sure.
So
Yeah.
more people just go along with
Exactly.
it.
So it's kind of like yeah.
So what's
I feel
with
like
that?
in Oshkosh, it's the opposite. Everyone, like nobody went to class last year. Everyone was
Yeah.
just, they chose the virtual option, but you would go up to the bar on a Saturday and you were shoulder to shoulder.
Right. So that was the way you rebelled. You're like, we're just going to go out.
Right.
They closed the bars down in Stevens Point for a little bit, but then they reopened them for my
Right.
21st. So it worked out.
So the bars were totally normal.
Yes.
So you guys were
kind
all
of.
living, the people that were wanting to go out was kind of like living a lie. Yeah. Like, we're still living our lives, just nobody knows it.
well, and it didn't make sense too. Like, oh, we can all go out on a Friday and Saturday night, but we can't go to class. Like that just
Right.
did not
Right.
make sense at
Literally.
So how does it make you feel?
all. Annoyed.
Yeah.
Just like
I mean, like, I get why the rules are in place, like, I just try to follow them and do what I'm supposed to, but when some of the rules contradict each other and some of them don't make sense, you get a little frustrated, and that's where the trouble starts for us, I guess.
Yeah. I missed going to class. Like, I miss seeing all the people that I would see in my class and my professors, and walking around campus is so fun. Like, you have your backpack on, you go get your coffee, and you go get your bagel, and you study. And it's so fun, and you couldn't do that because I was, like, in my
That was
dorm room.
98% of my college experience.
Go get
There
it.
was
mean,
nothing
there's-
fun about the class. I mean, I didn't learn a lot in college, honestly. Like, I have a business degree and a English minor, right? I'm like you.
All
Well,
well-rounded.
like, we learned about Fortune 500 companies and charts and graphs, and I even talked to a little bit of the professors of, like, most of us are not going to Fortune 500 company in Oshkosh. Like, give us real life examples of real things. And they just couldn't get there. It was all academia, and I didn't get a lot out of it. But I did learn so many social things. You know, I literally, from being from Kewaskum, I literally never met anyone with dark skin or a black person. So yeah, I was racist, if you will, but I was also ignorant. So I just became educated. A lot of my friends were black, good friends. It was great. Like,
That's
oh,
the
they're just
best
like,
part.
oh, you're like a normal dude. Oh, cool, right? That I would have never got out of if I wouldn't have left my hometown, right? All right.
Yeah, that's
cool.
the whole point of college.
I didn't really
That's what I
have
mean.
a college experience. And this is so sad. I didn't make friends in college because I didn't.
Try.
You
Like,
were a
get to
commuter,
do it.
right?
Yeah.
Well, the first year I was in Green Bay and I hated my life.
As you should.
No offense. But I did not fit in there.
It's hard. It's not like a normal.
It's a little
secluded,
different than
and
other
I didn't have a
schools.
car for a while, and I was just like, and my high school best friend was there with me, so I'm
Which is
like,
actually not recommended if
No,
anybody.
no.
it's not.
Do
Because
not
you need
room
to
with
branch
your-
out, because if you live with a high school buddy and then you come home every weekend, like I've always said,
I did that.
for any college
I did that.
advice, anyone listening that's going to go to college,
I
Yeah.
remember my dad told me this. I think
yeah,
you're gonna say.
Yes.
I'm so obsessed with that. All your friends are made in the first 4 or 5 weeks of college, and it's not done Monday to Friday because you're busy and going to school. So if you come home, and this is like hardcore advice for anybody listening, if you come home because you're homesick or have a boyfriend or girlfriend, or to do laundry, or just because you want to because of comfortability, that's when people make their friends, when they're bored on the weekends. So then the 6th week, you finally have the moxie to stay one weekend because everyone's been begging you to do it, and you just feel like you should. Guess what? They have their friends. There's that quick bonding period in college. You have to force yourself to be super uncomfortable for like 2 months, or you will be Megan.
Yeah. Poor Megan.
It will be
You're
me.
doing great anyway, so don't worry.
21-year-old hermit. That's how it once a year.
But is that fair, Megan? I mean, life experiences a bit?
Yeah,
Yes?
so anyway, Green Bay didn't fit in, didn't go out. My second year I was in Oshkosh, and I don't know what I didn't make friends that year. Again, I was with my I was living in an apartment probably 3 days a week with my other best friend from high school.
So you just never drift off.
So
It's
both
hard.
of us were just like, yeah, we got each other.
Which is what you do, and you just don't. Yeah.
And then COVID happened, and I only had like 1 semester that I actually lived there because COVID, we got sent home.
Right.
And then I lived with both of them again in Oshkosh, but everything was virtual, so.
Well, this is
Oh, yeah, that's different.
this next year is like your chance to like go out and have fun.
She has a
Now you're
full-time-
21.
she has a full-time job here.
And I'll be
On the weekends.
Go out with Kate.
Nobody really like
on the
parties
weekends.
on the
I got to
weekdays.
do my
Megan's
next
got
one.
plenty of friends. It's not
Yeah.
bad.
No, but
boss.
you know, it's fun at college to like
Forgot our last
have
name.
people.
Thank you.
Yeah, but Roman was like a freshman this year, our brother, and he was lucky. His entire floor was like really fun, and and they were okay with like not totally wearing masks all the time and just like having fun on the floor. But some of the people at Stevens Point, they didn't get to have a roommate. They couldn't open their doors.
I felt so bad for people who are going into their freshman year of college when the lockdown was still
Yeah.
going. There were some kids at Green Bay, and I knew one who actually was from Campbellsport, and I was talking to her. I'm like, how was your first year? She's like, I'm so lonely. It's
What's
like-
the difference of solitary confinement or college? Again, why did they put up with that? Like, again, you can't have a roommate and you
Well,
can't
and
leave?
those people
Yeah,
are
no.
going
What's
to
the
struggle
point?
because
Exactly.
you can Quizlet all your tests and you can use
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, they have no idea what it's like to go in a lecture hall and have to take a test with your brain.
Oh my gosh, I'm not ready to go back to that.
Parents, educators,
No offense.
all the
I never
students
did
are
it.
cheating because it's virtual. Are you watching this? They have to be in class in person. Don't go back to psycho-pandemic mode.
I hope they don't.
Oh,
I hope they don't.
They're going to try. It's coming. It's coming.
are
We
your
got 2-3
classes
weeks left.
are your classes in person and stuff?
Right now they are.
Right now?
But like last year they were too, and then I had 2 classes in person. They're like, yep, all online.
Yeah, me too.
Don't do
They
it.
switch everything.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
My dance classes.
Joel,
are back in
you're gonna have to
person,
take
but-
to the streets with us if we do. So
I'm ready. I'm ready to
Come
whatever
to
it takes.
Youth University
Perfect.
on the weekend.
us
We
four.
have to resist. We cannot comply. Like I'm just obsessed with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys bring a lot of energy to this, to our environment, to our building, to our careers. What do you think? What do you think Drexel's weaknesses are? Right, you work so for everybody watching, we have 650 people. They work in the corporate downtown office. They're like right part of the pulse. What do you think our blind spots are? What do you think our weakness is? What do you think we don't know that we should know?
I just
Mary's
have
like,
one.
oh yeah,
I got
really-
one.
that was really
I got one. No,
that's mine.
So it's like we're gonna get a picnic table, I think. It's the fact that everybody eats at their desk for lunch. That's like the best part of the day, to just like eat your lunch and be at work and then talk. I only talk to Annie, but you know, like that, whatever. But like there's no place to like sit down.
At downtown.
There are a couple places, at downtown. There are a couple places like
They'll just spend your money at Blue Door. That's what you're supposed to do.
oh, I do. Trust me.
No, that's
Yeah.
very fair. I
That's
mean,
like the only thing though, so.
no, I do think not only downtown, but I think anybody eating in Drexel, anybody, there is something in your life that you do need. God gave you a reason to eat, right? Like, it's really weird. I'm always like, okay, so think about like God didn't do anything randomly, right? We all kind of know that, or at least I believe in that. So you literally have to sit down a few times a day and eat. It's kind of stupid, right? Like, why would God do that? Why would He make us like need to be sustained on food? He could have created us any way He wanted to. So why do we have to do this food thing? And I really think it is that human connection. You got to chill the F out. And also, like, I know you're all older and you get busy, but like, it's also why you eat with your friends, eat with your family.
It's like
There is
togetherness.
There is something about breaking that. There's no better connection than having a drink or food. And I think God did that intentionally. I mean, I think it really is like, this is a time where you have to sustain yourselves and just sit and chill. Like and we do it 3 times a day. So
And you have
treat
to
it
pray
seriously.
too. That's why He did it, so that we would remember Him when we eat and drink.
We're thankful.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
No, but that we're thankful. I can think there's something to that too, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
hey, I made food today. I'm blessed. And of course, for 2021, we're, we're totally first world problems, right? World. But yeah, ultimately, for many thousands of years and other countries, we're just happy to have. They really are happy they got food. They have good drink. Like, that's a big deal. Kind of cool to think about.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's really fun to think about, I think, is in heaven there's food and drink.
I bet
Because
it
it's
tastes
actually in the Bible, like, we will be drinking together, Jesus has said, and that sort of thing. And then I'm like, yeah, why would food be such a big deal on earth? And you go to heaven, and you're like, no, we don't do that. And you're like, no, dude, I'm a baker.
Baker now.
No, like I am a baker. My whole life has been food. And now I got to heaven, you're like, so where's the food? No, we're done with that.
We're done
like,
with that.
no.
Well, that's the best part. Like, food is so good. So
Yeah,
in heaven,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be like 10 times better.
Oh, beyond 10 times.
And you can't gain any weight. Like, you can eat whatever you want.
And if you do, no one judges, including yourself.
Yes.
Especially yourself, right? So yeah, great stuff. All right, cool. Okay, what else? That's just one.
I think just through traveling and with the whole millwork thing I've been doing and like some of the training videos and stuff I've done, I think something that might be good for us to do is just all around education of the entire process of putting in an order or whatever your department is, just learning every single aspect of it. Because when I started doing the millwork for Mad City, I went in there, I did not know anything about millwork. I'm IT, like I learned some words and stuff and what some lumber items were through making the fillable forms, but besides that, I did not know anything about millwork, so I went in very nervous. And as we went, I was learning stuff and I learned how to do the process, but I would constantly have to ask Carl, Justin Gahan, I have to be like, wait, what's this? Or what's, like, can you walk me through what this is? And he'd take me on yard tours and he'd like try to show me the entire process from beginning where Mad City sends an order to end when like we either direct shipped it or do something like that. So like I think just showing what the yard has to do for a certain process and the finance side of it and everybody's side of
That was
it.
totally good.
I thought you were talking.
But I just,
I thought that was like internal thoughts, and I'm like, oh, you all looked at me.
I thought you were talking.
Yeah, anyways. I should have verbalized it into something. I don't open my mouth. I did not belch. Belching is involves opening your mouth. You just keep it closed, you get a slight burp.
If you barf, I barf.
Oh no!
All right, so, and I'm going to poke the bear on that, right? I feel like, okay, so to me, people have said that about a lot of different things. And that's training, right? So I just need more training, right? So there's two different things. So you guys ever golf?
Yeah, golf team. 20
I'm
years
Megan.
So you want to all become good golfers, right? So what would you need? Training, right? So I'm going to bring you up here for 30 days, and we are going to watch golf videos, and I'm going to have the world's best instructor show you how to golf. Do you think you're going to get a lot better?
No.
maybe a little bit better.
A little bit better, right?
We're pretty bad right now.
I think, at least at Drexel, in my opinion, right? Maybe we just have to explain that to people. That's called training, right? Then there's coaching. So what Carl did was coaching you. And you received that, right? And you learned a lot. But you're like, I wish I would have trained so I wouldn't have to go through that process. But the process is, that's how you learn things, by going through the struggle and stretching yourself out and being uncomfortable. So there's training, right? And then there's coaching. And I'm a little concerned that if I would have took you for 2 weeks, which would have took to show you every process along the way back and forth, just like up here at the golf thing, it would have been completely overwhelming.
Oh, no, for
and
sure.
not understood. So, you know, I appreciate your words, but tell me where I'm wrong in that, because that's, to me, we don't do it that way, because I don't know. We could do it, but it's like, okay, for 2 weeks, Addie's going to be trained on milk, and then she'll be ready for Mad Cities. You're going to get downstairs and be like, yeah, remember in day 2 we showed you that line number 74, it's on procedure number 87A, and you're like, hell if I know. So then we get back to the coaching. So why don't we just do the coaching, and through the struggle you learn the process?
Yeah, and no, I think for sure you have to learn from doing it, but I feel instead of just like we should try to incorporate the coaching and training together a little bit. So instead of me having to go up every time and be like, I don't know what this
Right.
is, and go on like 18 different separate yard walks, or
Right.
talk to 18 finance people different times,
Right.
talk to them 18 different times, just kind of have like a little bit of coaching incorporated into the training, so you see at least one time that what you're doing affects other departments. So if you mess up something, it's like a domino effect.
And,
Yeah,
and
like,
it doesn't have to
you
be like
see what happens when
Yeah,
this goes
so
wrong.
yeah,
Right.
definitely, like you have to learn from your experience for sure. Not like, here, let's train you until the first day you know everything, but I just a little more, at least with my experience, just a little more walking through, like showing that we are an entire team. This is not just your order. This affects every
Here's the global
every
big picture.
department.
Like if you order casein instead of base,
Exactly.
this is
just
what
see like the
happens.
snowball effect
Yes.
of like how it affects everybody down the line. Like
Which is unbelievable. One mistake is just inconsequential. One random quote, to get a quote on something, it's so many man hours to get a quote. Like, well, I don't think the guy's going to really buy it from me, but he asked for it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work for a lot of other people. And if it goes bad, it goes really bad. Absolutely. Great point, and that's good. Leah.
Not in the office like a ton, but when I'm out on my tailgates, I'm just kind of like putting everything into perspective, like not taking your job and like life so seriously all the time. Like just one bad thing can happen, it's not gonna like ruin everything. And I think just like communication too, everyone can always work on that with
Everyone's too stressed out. Is that what you're saying?
or like
not
second
everyone,
chances.
but
Generally, we're a
feel
stressed
like,
out
yeah.
organization.
that's what I just hear bits and pieces of kind of.
That's would be your feedback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, and I totally appreciate that. It's the 18-month pandemic, but also yes, our quarterbacks have too many accounts, and we're working on hiring new salesmen to help them. We used to just hire support to help them, but the more support they had, the more sales they had, which means the more accounts they have to have. Snowball effect. They actually need less accounts, and then they can be the best version of themselves. Because it's all about being the best version of yourself, right? That's what God wants. That's what we want. That's what your customers want, and then you're actually happy and peaceful, right? Like you have a joy around you. Because like I am the best version of myself. That's what we're trying to embrace. Does that make sense? MG.
I'm just gonna go with my biggest pet peeve, and that's when people put, and I'll own up to it, I'm really bad at reading the fine detail, especially in emails if it's a long one. But when people put their entire message in the subject line and then the body of the email is blank, it'll be like, can you please get me this? No message in it. It drives me nuts because, or if they put like the main heading about what they're talking about in the subject line and then don't reference it in the
And like
actual,
let you know what's going on.
because then I always like overlook that and I'm like for example, Nick Whitty sent me an email the other day and asked for offsite.
Shout out to Nick.
Shout out to Nick. He is the nicest person you'll ever meet.
Don't do it.
But and this was
But
my fault too, because he had like offsite ad in the subject, and this is probably like the 5th time it's happened to me. Not with him, but just people in my lack of attention to detail with emails. But it was like offsite construction ad, and then the body didn't say offsite. So in my head, I'm like, he just wants like a Parade of Homes ad, right? So I'm like, do you want something like maybe offsite, or if you have any other ideas, just let me know and I can get something. So then he attached Leah in it, and I was like, oh, the subject said offsite in it. And the same thing happened with Abby from Camel Sport. She was asking for bison coolers, and in my head I'm thinking the coolers in the shed, right? And totally messed that one up too. Yep.
But
You guys know what
why
this
do we
is?
need this if you can just type out exactly what you mean in the body?
Because
subject,
people take things differently over text
Yes.
or email versus
Yes.
face to
Let's
face.
do
but
this.
subject is subject. Okay, I get what you're
But
saying.
this is gonna help you. This is gonna help you.
Okay.
This is a real thing, right? What's this, Annie?
I was
Phone.
telephone hand signal.
Yeah, talk to people. So, okay, so this is why emails really are ineffective unless it's truly informational bullet points. If you're starting a conversation, like, why can't I just do that, right? And there is some point of texting in your friends. But overall, in a business relationship, especially if you never really know the people and don't have that connection, here it is. It's 6 words. I never said she was beautiful, right? So let's explore that, right? Pretty basic. I never said she was beautiful. You get what that means?
Yes.
Is this where you can like change
You're
everything?
calling her ugly.
No, let's break this down.
I never
We're
said
gonna break
she
it
was
down.
beautiful.
It's really worth it. I never said she was beautiful, right?
Okay.
I
Makes sense.
never
Never.
said she was beautiful. Means I did not say she was beautiful.
Okay.
I never said she was beautiful.
But she
I
is.
wrote it, right? I wrote it. I never said she was beautiful. I actually meant
Different one.
Holden.
Hold
I
on.
I never said she was beautiful. She currently is, right, or whatever. I never said she was beautiful. Like I said something else. So that is a 6-word sentence. Imagine a body of an email on a person you don't know in a high-stressed environment, and then Megan replies to it. Number 4, me. How can that be taken?
I get that,
Right.
but we're not saying anybody's beautiful. It's very direct. It's very like. Also, our generation is really good at like texting and stuff. We know how to like put, use LOL as in like it could be like LOL or it could be like LOL. Get your job done. You know what I mean?
If you need them, but what if you never met those persons?
Yeah, true.
I'm
What
a
was
very
I see what you're saying.
sarcastic
What if there was-
typer,
yeah.
and I email how I talk, and
Yeah.
some people are like, "Yeah, girl, I feel you," and other people are like,
I've known Megan since 15, and we've been texting for. It sounds really
6.
creepy. we text for like 3 years, right? Whatever. That's not creepy.
Just give it.
Whatever. Like I feel very comfortable. I know her. Like I'm very comfortable texting you back and forth, right? But there's a connection there, so I can read
Gifts.
into that. What's that?
"You're a big gift guy."
Huge gift guy. The gift guy. Not huge. I'm the gift guy. But that's fine. I'm talking business relations and people that you don't know each other that well in a high stress environment. Sending an email, it's almost like puking. Like it makes you feel good, but it makes the people around you feel worse. You don't know how they're going to take it. You don't know what state they're going to be when they get it. You don't know how they're going to perceive it. It's just like, let's quick do a Google check and get to know each other, and a check-in too, right? Like, so there's a check-in process. Like, hey, Mary, where are you at? I haven't seen you in a while. What's up? What are you trying to accomplish here? Right? So very, very important in our company to reduce our emails for that connection piece. Because I realized if you don't have a connection, you can't hold somebody accountable. You know what that means? Like if I don't, like let's say I never really met you, Mary, right? Like you've been here all summer and it would be easy enough.
And I'm Mary over email. You never see my face.
But
You never like met me.
honestly, okay, let's just do this. 650 people. I'm the president of the company. You're a financial intern here. It would have been pretty damn easy for me never to introduce myself, right? Mm-hmm. It would have been pretty damn easy for you never to introduce yourself because you're intimidated by me, right? Mm-hmm. And yeah, you're Annie's daughter doing something, right? That would have been very simple.
Annie's daughter. Yeah.
Right? So
yeah, makes
now,
sense.
so now tomorrow I walk up to you, and I'm like, hey, you need to do it this way. You've been doing it wrong all summer. What do you think of me?
Jerk.
Scary.
Way worse than scary. Jerk, asshole, whatever.
A-hole. I don't know if we could swear.
Yeah, totally though, right?
Yeah, totally.
Right? So I have no connection. Now, tomorrow, I've been talking to you all summer. We've had beers together. I know you as a human. I walk up to you and say, hey, Mary, can I give you some direct coaching? You're like, yeah, Joe, what's up? Hey, can you adjust this? Can you adjust that? Isn't that totally different context?
Is that a train?
Yeah.
What?
Yes, that's a train. Coming down
Right
Main
down
Street.
there.
No, there's no train here. That's a big, large piece of construction equipment. Are you kidding, Holden?
Why is there so much construction? Like, I know
They're
that was a
redoing
joke.
like the whole road.
Town, yeah.
you not
They're literally digging it 30 feet deep. There's laterals between the houses. Right, so your plumbing is like 30 feet below your
You know, it
roads.
takes me like an extra
And
10
all
minutes to get
all of your
home.
plumbing and water sources are in the road. That's how they did the infrastructure a long time ago. So they're actually, these pipes are like from the 1920s. And they go back to people's houses. So every one of them are getting ripped out and putting new ones in because the only time they really do that is when you put a new road in. So it's like kind of complicated.
It takes me like an extra 10 minutes to get home from Meyer because the ramps are closed and I can't.
Oh,
get
that's psycho from West Bend. That's psycho. Okay, it's at that point we have to do our billboards.
Wait, I just want to say that.
Come on.
Yes.
Coming on.
Come on, Megan.
Hold on!
Wait, that I was like,
I got
ripping on
shit
Nick
to say.
Whitty.
Oh,
Yeah, I just want Nick Whitty, if you're listening to this. It was my lack of attention to detail with that email. You're a great person.
Oh my gosh, let it go. Let it
So
go.
I heard the podcast.
Yeah,
How
I'm getting
rude.
fired.
I'm getting fired.
Billboard. So we do this every podcast. It's podcast 35. Best 35 numbers of all time is easily Kevin Durant. That guy is putting on a show. In the Olympics, NBA, he's something. Better 35s, name it.
So are his toes.
Who?
So I said, so are his toes. His toes
Who?
are his toes. You know, I was making a joke about his foot was online. His feet are too big.
Yeah,
If you
I'm
have
talking
to
about number
explain
35.
the joke.
You know, because in the Bucks game when he shot that
We totally get the joke, but better 35s. What's everybody know any other 35s? All-time number 35s.
yeah, I mean, I got it.
Reggie Lewis.
Who's that?
No, he was 15.
I'm not athletic.
35's tough. I don't have a lot of 35s.
I'm a theater kid. I don't know basketball.
Yeah. So do you have a go-to campfire song? Can you sing on cue? Can I just make you
You
sing?
have to sing what you're gonna put on your billboard.
Yeah, do you want to know something funny actually? When my mom was working here, before I worked here, she made me come in and I was like, can I hang this Little Mermaid poster in Drexel? And my mom goes, yeah, but only if you sing over the intercom. So I sang over the intercom at Campbell Sport and it felt really weird because then like one person clapped. Because no one was there, it was the end of the day.
It's like an episode of The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one person clapping was my mom.
Mine always makes us do stuff
I
like
was
that.
junior year, so what? like
Oh.
Yeah, like old
I probably
enough.
thought you were like
Super
7.
creepy. Yeah, I'm thinking she's like a little 7 cutie.
No, like it's my mom makes me do that weird stuff
All the time.
So, what is your go-to sing a song on cue campfire song? Or Mary, can you tell her? Or you're a good singer too, right, Mary?
No. I mean,
So how
I'm
did you get
great,
talent?
but...
I think from our dad, because my
Yeah,
mom
Leah, why don't you sing for us?
Probably Bruce.
Yeah, Leah was in the Missoula plays, right? That's
Sing
no.
no. I was an actress.
So, what is your go-to campfire song?
Let's see here.
Anything from The Little Mermaid. I mean, we don't sing this around a campfire, but we don't really
Probably
sing.
Hopelessly Devoted to You from Greece.
You sing that in the shower?
I sing that everywhere.
Can you
I
give
love
us a
that
little
song.
snippet of
Yeah,
that?
yeah, let's do it. Yeah, here we go, for sure.
It's gonna be so good.
Well, let's hope. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside.
That was really good.
That sounded very
That's
good.
really good.
I was very surprised when I heard
Thank you.
Right?
There are very few things I would want more from this life than be able to sing, like on cue. Like just to sit around the campfire and be
I'm
like,
just singing it, yeah.
like Wagon Wheel, that'd be fun. Like,
Oh, I hate
Oh,
that
yeah.
song.
why you gotta
My
be
hearing
weird?
is
No one hates that song. No one hates that
Everyone
song.
loves that song by Darius Rucker.
It's like saying I don't like chocolate chip cookies. Like it's not a thing.
I love chocolate chip cookies.
Everyone does.
doesn't.
Wait a second. You don't like the wagon wheel?
She's
That's not-
gluten free.
Well, whatever.
We were talking about something else.
Get better. All right, cool. So you have a billboard anywhere in the world, right? It's a huge exposure. It's free. You put anything you want on it. What's on it and why?
My billboard?
Singing Girl's going first.
Yes.
That was such a mic drop moment. Oh, my brain is just like, I'm the biggest failure in the universe.
Bucks and six.
She's good.
My billboard would have my Venmo information. Just kidding. It would have the words.
Not bad. I would have just did that and then that would have been it.
That's
Probably get
it.
at least someone.
All donations go to.
I would have the word "shake it off" just because when we were younger, we looked after our little cousins once in a while, and they would fall over and they'd get hurt and they'd start crying. And since we didn't want to get in trouble, we'd try to make them not cry. So we'd go shake it off, and make them dance and spin around, and eventually they'd stop crying. And I feel like that's just a good metaphor for life because you can't let things get too serious. You can't let things drag down. So you just gotta shake it off.
That is going to be hard to beat. That's really good.
I
So-
thought about this for a long
So
time.
you're artistic, so what does the billboard look like? Like, is it white background, black Arial font?
Well, light font, or darker background because so they can see it the
But
best.
just super simple,
But
just
just simple, and
Shake
then
it
maybe
off.
a cute little graphic. I'm artistic musically, I cannot match colors or anything like that.
but it's just a
so-
simple billboard, shake it
Just
off.
simple, just simple.
That's good.
The words speak for itself.
But I start going, yeah, no,
A
that's
little
We
bit.
love
no,
Taylor Swift.
unfortunately, I
love
start
her.
just going, shake it off, shake it off.
That's the whole point. And we love Taylor
We love
Swift.
her.
Yeah, like you must have loved that song when it came out because you're like, oh yeah, shake it off. We always shake it off.
Yep.
Which is what she's actually saying.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay, this is kind of funny. Mine
This is kind of funny.
No,
You don't ever
it's
set
not
anything
funny.
with like it's kind of
But
funny.
when you, yeah, no,
No
but
one's
you'll
gonna laugh now.
come. No, it's not like a joke. It's compared to Annie. Annie and I, as we seem similar here, but we're different. So mine is by Joe Jonas, the most beautiful man ever. Hold on.
Shake it off and,
And hold on. So hold on is
So Joe Jonas invented Hold On. I mean,
yeah,
that-
it did.
what?
No, I don't.
Joe?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's a
I
song
just
they
don't
have
like
Anyone could
Nick.
say
I
Hold
just
On.
don't like Nick
All right,
Jonas
so
that
anyways,
much.
keep going.
It's hold on, as in don't ever give up, because the only things I regret in my life are things that I never did. You know what I mean? So just keep going. Like, I quit soccer at some point, and I regret quitting.
What soccer? It was the running for me.
It was everything.
So let's expand on that. So what you're saying is like stay with the process.
Don't
Go
quit.
through the journey.
Hold on.
Just like that rope. Just sometimes in life, I always think the most important thing is just don't let go of the rope. Mm-hmm. Right? Like just don't let go. Just hold on.
Yeah.
Just don't give up. Just don't quit the fight. Right? Just don't stop.
Yeah.
Like don't. And more of it's mental. Like just hold on.
Just keep going.
I always think tell your mind to shut up, like STFF. Like just tell your mind, turn your mind off. Mind's your worst enemy. Shut up. I'm not that bad at soccer. Even if I am, I enjoy it. Shut up.
The only person that's judging you as hard is your mind. You know what I mean? Nobody else cares about what you're doing.
Everyone is too
Could you-
busy judging themselves to
Could
Yeah.
you imagine if you talk to somebody else like you talk to yourself?
Yeah, they would hate. They would like.
No, but you would
yeah.
never do that. You're so much which is unbelievably stupid. You're so much nicer to every other human, even random strangers, than you are to yourself. What if you were just nice to yourself?
As you were nice to other people.
That's it. What if you just gave yourself a break? Right?
whatever. We should. I will
Hold
be nice.
on.
Thank you. That's pretty good.
Justin Bieber has a song called Hold On.
Okay, but
Can we quit doing like?
Joe Jonas is like way better.
Is he a hottie?
Huh?
He's a hottie. That's
Oh
a good
yeah.
guy.
I married a poster of him when I was little, so I got a thing with him.
The Jonas Brothers. I used to hate them, but I saw like a documentary on them. It's kind of a cool backstory.
Yeah, we watched that.
I was like, okay, all right, I get it.
I always
It's
feel
good.
bad
Same
for
with like Harry
Karen.
Styles. Like I was like not a huge
love
fan,
Harry Styles.
but the story, that's crazy.
He's
You guys know the
awesome.
story.
No.
So New Direction, One Direction.
One Direction.
New Direction. That was the
That's
band
Glee.
in
That's Glee.
Yeah.
Same thing, no diff. So One Direction, literally, it's American Idol overseas in Europe with Simon Cowell or whatever, right? So it's like the semifinals, there's like 12 people left, and they kick off like the final, like 4 people to move on to 8, and it's these 4 boys that all kind of look alike and about the same age, right? So they literally get kicked off. They literally get backstage and they're like, well, this really, and it wasn't part of the TV show, it's like, this isn't the end, we want to start a boy band with you. Like, this is actually the beginning. And within 2 months, I believe, something like that, within a season, within a couple months, they were literally playing in front of New York City. Their parents, and then a documentary, their parents are like, I don't know, they went to an audition and 3 months later, they weren't home for like 6 months. Like their career just went from 0 to 8 gazillion. I don't know how they didn't
I love One Direction.
become overwhelmed by it. But they literally were just like normal dudes, like literally from like this area.
Harry Styles was a baker. Like he
Yeah.
worked at a bake shop. And then he's a celebrity.
Within like 6 months, like everybody knew who Harry Styles was. One Direction, they're global.
Liam Payne, I remember him.
Oh boy.
You like Liam Payne?
Slow
man,
down.
come on. Not anymore.
Getting hot in here. Woo. All right. Okay, Leah. Thank you, Mary. That was great.
My billboard would say, lead with your faith, but trust your gut. Because, so I have faith tattooed on my body because I believe that you have to have faith in everything that you do, but there are times when you just need to like trust your gut and trust yourself and go with it. Because sometimes you just pray so much and you want something, but you just need to accept what
Is really happening.
Yes.
That's good.
I like that one.
Thanks.
Yeah, so do I.
I thought about it for a while.
And I really do believe, to add a little bit to my comment on that, we always have to remember it's God's will, not ours. So even if we pray on it, and again, especially in your lives, like when I was you guys, I never wanted to work at Drexel. I hated the lumberyard. I hated this area. The only thing I wanted to do was get out of this area and not work around here. And you know what? That wasn't God's will for me. I thought I was born with these huge, magnificent wings to be Dave Portnoy 2.0. Right? Truly.
Glad you aren't, though.
Me too.
Right?
Me too. But I was born with really deep roots. My kids go to the school where I went to school. I still go to the same church that I did growing up. I've never left this lumberyard, right? And I'm super thankful and happy for that, but it's God's will, not my will, right? And I still think, man, I should have just went for it. I should have held on and moved to Arizona and California. Then I'm like, no, this was God's plan for me. This was God's will. So you have to have faith and trust your gut, and it's a combination of both.
You held on to your roots instead of the rope in that case.
Yeah, but I didn't want to. I really thought I had wings. I didn't have any freaking wings at all, right? So yeah, I mean, there's a combination of all that, and sometimes you just have to accept their fate. Some things just aren't meant to be. We won't know why until the end times, right? So it's the way it is. But no, thank you for sharing that. That's great.
These are all real deep.
I love it. We need to get on a nice
I'm
note.
lighten up the mood. No, I'm just kidding. So if
Mine
you
is
guys
my
are-
Venmo account.
It is my Venmo.
At Joel. Like,
No. Okay, so if you guys aren't familiar with Meg's Morals, so I had to be like a freshman in high school, and I don't know, it was just a whole new world for me because I didn't get out much, whatever.
High school is scary.
Don't.
Still
Still don't.
But like anything anybody said to me, like if it was a teacher or one of my friends, or just like crazy stuff that would happen to me, I'd be like, oh, I should do that again. I would write it down in the notes on my phone. Then when I graduated, I have this sheet with the best 50 of them from my phone. You've read them.
They're fantastic.
They are fantastic. Yeah. And so they're
It's
Meg's
the only time I've
Morals.
ever heard you give yourself credit.
Thank you. But yeah, Meg's Morals. I bought a laminator for them. Like that's where I'm
Meg's
at.
Morals.
Yeah.
They have a name.
So now so that was the high school edition. Now there's a Meg's Morals 2.0, which is everything I've learned in college. So like it's really
Have I seen that yet?
There
you
was
released
a
it to the public?
preview-
Oh.
There was a preview last summer before I left.
Was I on that thread?
Probably not.
Well, that's so
So,
awkward.
Anyway,
Oh.
there's a lot of like Drexel quotes in there too. Like I give shout outs to I think like Paul and Caitlin.
So funny.
Not me either. Oh, this is just getting worse.
Whatever. So
That could be
anyway,
a
my
book
billboard.
someday. I'm so excited. That could be published. That could be a thing. Like
It will. 'cause it's
Meg's
on my
Morals, mom version, right?
If
Oh,
I
that's
wrote a
cute.
book, that's on my bucket list. Going to a TED Talk conference is on my bucket list, and writing a book of all the weird things that have happened to me. Because believe it or not, even though I don't leave the house much, I got some good stories. But they're
Okay,
like
my bucket
two
list is
things
being
on my
in your
bucket list.
book and being a TED Talk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be the TED Talk that you go to.
right. That's what I was just like, we're the same.
Like,
but
been there, done that, different
I
one.
just want to be in your book.
Whatever. So on my billboard is gonna be the Google Drive link to Meg's Morals, and it'll be like the top 100 because I got a lot of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, are there anything I don't even know? I can't do it justice. I would have to physically read them to you. But
Well, pick your favorite.
You have to buy the book.
Like,
You're
okay,
gonna make a
so
book.
since you already cheated
Coming out in January.
since you already cheated the billboard, sending us to like something bigger than the billboard. I mean, it's fair.
You
but
never
you're
said
kinda-
how big
it's
it
a
had to be.
recruiting tactic. If you want
Yeah.
to get people
Well,
to know
eventually
about
you just
you,
need a website.
curiosity
You need a
kills the
website.
cat.
Make
As
more
the cybersecurity queen, posting just random links on Billboard.
I
Freak some
guarantee
people
you.
out.
Megsmorals.com. So that's the thing. We need to reserve. We gotta get.
Gotta get a
One of those
domain.
things
Trademark
where,
it.
you know,
We
you
gotta
can
go to
drive it down
GoDaddy and grab
41.
the
Yeah, and then you see like 14 of them, and each one has like you need more than one billboard.
Yeah, it's
for
like the
McDonald's.
inspired stuff, or what is that called? Like when you drive by, it's gray and white. It says, "Be the best."
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Hope.
about. I don't know what it's called
Yeah.
though.
Be this done. Right. Inspire others. John Wayne.
Anyway.
What are those?
What would be on your billboard?
What?
So you give us a couple random Megs Morals.
Oh, okay.
You mean Bruce
I might have
Wayne?
to think. I haven't
Who's
looked
John
at
Wayne?
them in so
What?
long.
Who's John Wayne?
Oh my gosh, country guy from like the 50s. Did all the country
Wait, is there another
westerns.
train out there?
I don't know.
Everyone knows what John Wayne is. See, if we had our board working, we would
be
just
able
put up
to-
John
John
Wayne
Wayne.
right now. I'd
Yeah,
be
I
like,
can pull
oh
up
yeah, that's
Meg's
John Wayne.
Morals. We can read them all.
Where are they? Are they
You
somewhere?
can pull up Liam Payne.
I have them saved.
That was like a joke. Like,
Well, come on, let's just random get some off.
Okay, some random ones. Have you guys seen them?
Meg's
I mean,
Morals.
there's like a rated R version, and then there's a PG version.
Your Meg's Morals.
Yeah.
Meg's Morals. Funny story, I gave these to Luke Schill once, and he thought they were. I'm like, here's Meg's Morals, and he read it and goes, Meg's Morals, like
Morals.
the mushroom. And he was dead serious. He's like, really, you just destroyed that and my ego.
Just get it.
Some of them are.
You can't think of one, and this is like your
I
whole life.
can,
mission?
but I just feel like it has to be the best one. I
Well,
can't
just
think of-
random some
no,
off.
just-
Let's just go.
Like
yeah.
there's the typical ones that are like
None of them are
famous
typical.
quotes, like life's hard, wear a helmet. Like that's my motto.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you're gonna slack at something, don't let it be on nachos.
That's right.
What?
That's right.
Wait,
Yeah, no, she's got some deep ones. Like, don't
Like-
just minimize this.
wait, can you explain? Wait, if you're
All right, go get them. I know they're hanging up in our break room.
You really want me to go get
Hurry
them?
up, yeah.
Oh my god,
This is
my
gonna
legs
really.
are stuck
We have to
the
find other
seat.
stuff to do. We're almost at an hour, so hurry.
Okay, I feel like I'm sweating. I get the seat.
We could talk more about One Direction.
Okay, everyone home. Like, you guys laminated copy.
All right, Andy, you get to pick the topic.
NFL starts tonight. Preseason, first game.
Who do they play?
It's the Steelers and the Cowboys.
These guys could care not at all. No cares for that.
My dad's a Bears fan.
Yeah.
Can you get a different topic? Like, let's go, Andy. Give something.
Bears.
deep.
Let's see. Let's talk about what do you do for self-care?
Self-care.
Self-care, like self-care, like my
A
favorite
mask.
stuff. Like I journal. I do like face masks and stuff.
Yeah, what do you do?
like
Go,
hair masks.
go.
I journal at night. I've been kind of bad at it, but I'm better at it at school. But I do face masks and stuff. My roommate did some positive affirmations and stuff. That kind of stuff. What about you, Mary? What do you do for self-care?
I take a bath.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
No, I like when I'm the best version of myself, and I wish I did more of, which is what you could always say about self-care. I mean, I do wake up extremely early, wake up between 4 and 4:30 every morning, and I try to just chill the hell out.
Yeah, that's
What time do you go to
self-care.
bed?
So I will say it this way: I start the day as an absolute Navy SEAL. Right? I get up between 4 and 4:30 a.m. I suck like a pot of coffee. I try to pray, take some deep breaths. I stretch for a half an hour, and almost every day of the week, about 5 days a week, I bust my ass at 5 a.m. at the gym.
Where do you
Like I
go?
start off like a Navy SEAL,
Where'd you go?
and then I end the night like a 6-month-old. And you just like hand me the remote. I can't get. Yeah,
But then you get
Love
to bed
that.
early. So
that's what I meant. Like that's so I end up being the weakest human. So I go to bed between 8 and 9 p.m.
Where do you work out?
Try Fitness, my wife owns it.
Oh, is that
Hi,
the one
Pam.
with your
Kelly,
club?
shout out. Yeah, so I work at the gym. I do boot camp stuff. So again, my self-care would be working out, going to bed extremely early, waking up extremely early, trying to pray as much as I can. I like to go to church. I think there's a comfort there. and I like to read a tremendous amount. I read more than, I don't know anybody that reads even 10% of how much I read. I could be exaggerating. I don't think
What
I
do you
am.
like to
What's your
read?
favorite
Have you
book?
read The Count of Monte Cristo?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't finish it. I gotta go back and finish it.
Oh, yeah, it's not a great book.
It's not? I thought it was pretty good in the first
Yeah.
one.
Do you read mostly like the stuff that's downstairs in the bookshelves,
Them
like
are all,
leadership
almost
stuff?
all those books are mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read a lot of nonfiction about like self-help books. I've read business books, leadership books. I gravitate towards them. I'll read weird stuff. Right now I'm reading about the American Basketball Association. This summer I read almost every book I could find on black elk, which is Sioux Lakota. Lakota Sioux, which is like the Native Americans.
Is that like a tribe?
Yeah, so the Sioux is out in South Dakota. Lakotas is the smaller branch of the Sioux. And they were actually, you ever hear of Wounded Knee? You know what Wounded Knee is? So Wounded Knee was almost the last battle of the Native Americans. So as the white man is coming, right, they're literally like you guys. Think of that. Like, think of being women Native American just 200-300 years ago. They're living in South Dakota just like living their life, right? Like, just living their life. Wasn't these white dudes start showing up and being like, hey, move. I don't have concept of land over where. Get out of my way. We're coming through with the road. Like, the hell.
Yeah.
Shooting guns, killing people, whatever. Like crazy.
That sounds.
And they kept coming and coming, right? So then they all got moved. So there was like 200 or 300 people in this really, and like 4 guys, like soldiers showed up and killed every woman, child, and man was Wounded Knee. And that's when they literally broke the soul, the spirit of like warriors. Like, I would like to think I would have been a warrior back then, like Black Elk, like I'm fighting this. I will die for this cause. This means so much to me. We're going to stop the white man. They gave up. Like, there's no point. They kill everyone. They come in. They give us all these promises, and they just show up and kill everybody.
Interesting book to read.
Meg's
Great,
got her.
great story.
I'm like trying to catch my breath.
All right, go.
I know.
Okay.
Well, wait, can I read them?
No, you cannot.
It's her. Meg's morals.
Everyone gets to pick 2, and then we got to wrap this up.
Okay.
Holden's scrolling on his phone. He's bored. We got to go.
I'm looking at when Kanye West is gonna drop his album.
Okay. It's
See,
only,
exactly. That's how boring this podcast is.
whatever.
Go.
Okay, it's only a bad drug if it takes your teeth
Nice
out
and loud and clear, Meg.
Okay. If you're going to bail early. This applies to relationships, classes, and sledding.
She's
And
like
sledding.
I'm out of breath right now from running.
2.0. Have fun, but have a fun.
Don't start from the top. They aren't ranked by greatness. Just because you're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things.
Love it.
Break up with them before they break up with you.
Have a
That's
whole
better.
chapter. Builds character.
Pretty only goes so far. Be careful whose ketchup you eat.
Don't fight your way to the top of the food chain.
How did you
to
learn that
become a
ketchup one?
Vegetarian.
Don't drink and drive. Don't putt either. Your pizza is my pizza. My pizza is my pizza. Count the memories, not the calories. Life is too short for fake butter.
You are a grain of rice and a large bag of rice, and one day you're going to be delicious.
Be the tequila, not the lime.
Hating Harry Potter is like being racist. You have to hide it deep down, or you'll have no friends.
Correct.
Don't bring a toaster to college.
You can't skip an ingredient and expect a good cake.
Don't trust a person with a first name as a last name.
Give the laziest people the hardest jobs. They're gonna find the easiest way to do them.
You don't have to sound like Kip Moore to sing Kip Moore.
Always have a backup plan, even if it's a bad one.
A fan is just a decoration if it's not loud.
Shitty people will say shitty things, but karma is a shitty bitch.
Cadoba is not a good base.
Be
That's a
a
lie.
freak, not a hole.
That's like,
I like the way you said
that's my favorite one.
Be a freak. No,
Fat dudes are not good most of the time anyway.
you're right.
I have to edit these. Well,
It's not a whole chapter if you kept your pants on.
PG all that?
So weird.
I think I gave
We used to
you
call that grinding, just for reference.
whatever you do in this life is not legendary unless your friends are there to see it. Don't grocery shop hungry. Don't pack a lunch when you're full.
Don't let your ice cream melt while counting someone else's sprinkles.
If you're already late, just take your time.
You can't be racist if you have acne. Worry about your own skin.
Are these all going on your
Put your
billboard?
deodorant on after you're dressed.
I actually didn't do that this morning.
True, because you're gonna get it on your shirt.
Also, don't trust a person who wears socks and Crocs. Don't trust a person with we did that one already. Okay, we're good. Don't say you're never drinking again after a bad hangover.
Risk it for the biscuit. Always risk it for the biscuit. Thank you.
Those are
I love
great.
those. I want
Some
I
of
want
those
that.
are so shocking. I loved it.
What?
Don't you see that as a book?
Everyone
the sex
thinks I'm a
stuff. The
lot
sex
lower,
stuff.
that's why.
Did you get the R-rated one?
You had 2.0, didn't you? I think no. I crossed off a bad word. Good job, Meg.
It's a little much.
I like it, but it's real.
Yeah.
It's not a little.
No,
much.
I love it.
For a corporate setting, the stuff I was reading, I was blushing.
That's
Did
why
you
I
not
told
tell?
You didn't have to say it.
Not to read them.
It's your billboard. It's
Your
not
fault,
mine.
man.
I can't get
My
in trouble with
billboard-
HR. I'm just reading
My
documents.
billboard's not corporate though.
Yeah, you never said no swear words.
Yeah, well, that. Okay.
You chose.
All right, that's it.
Unrated
Well, any last final words you thought we should talk about, not talked about?
Thank you for
Cheers.
letting us on your
Thank
podcast.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And as always, thank you for support. Peace.
Peace.